Hi, I'm Art Fein. It's Little Art's Poker Party, starting unexpectedly.
Imagine that.
Coming here from Hollywood with some extraordinary guests. We're on the air.
We're on it?
Yeah.
Know.
Okay, first
Are you
time.
sure? Why? How come they don't tell us?
It's a sudden surprise.
I think so, yeah.
Fourth time in, and we're more happy than ever to have Mr. Timothy Carey. Tim.
Wap, babaloo, baba, bop, bop, bop.
It's good to see you, man.
Well, it's good. If I only could see, too, I would be all right. But I just came from Musso Frank's. They fill up all the food in my eyes, and I'm trying to get the pickles out. But if I can do that, I'll be all right.
Well, it was a lot of...
So, did he win the Academy Award, Rooney? What did you say?
No.
No. Okay, next...
You said yes?
No, he didn't win it.
He was nominated, though.
Was he nominated?
Who's that?
Mickey Rooney.
For what?
For what?
Academy Award.
I don't know.
Sugar Babies?
Anything. Yeah, Sugar Baby.
I don't know.
The fountain of information that we're trying to extract this information from is Dino Lee.
How you doing?
The former and
Yeah.
king of white trash. Dino, it's great to see you.
Good to see you too, Art.
Hey man, your face is kind of red. You been out skiing?
I got sunburn, you know, and I guess I was with these couple Swedish models, and you know, actually, I have a new job. I'm a boob inspector now.
And I saw your hat.
See,
Thanks for.
This is my hat right here. You guys can see that.
That's very nice.
There you go. Yeah,
lovely.
that's my new job. So I've been doing that a lot. I've been going out to, you know, Mountain High and checking out all the
Ski
skiers,
areas
and
stuff like that.
it's like a little bit of windburn, you know.
Well, it's good to see you, but it's also good to see Dave Stuckey. Dave, welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be on with Mr. Carey.
That's it. I told him Tim Carey's going to be on, and Dave flipped.
I had to be, yeah.
Now, we got some film clips coming up a little later of Tim in a couple of, one thing new, one thing from a few years ago. But let's start grilling him. I mean, this is our guest of honor, you know.
Yeah.
You got
did you know I was, well, yeah, he's a guest of honor, kind of.
No.
So Mickey Rooney, how old is he now?
I think he's about as old as Skippy Lowe.
Oh, he is? Oh,
Oh, yeah.
But listen,
all right, well, that's
Tim,
pretty. Skippy Lowe is all right. First time I wore a belt in a long time. I usually have a little trouble. I got my good shoes on, and all these fellas here. We got a little French atmosphere here, huh?
Yeah,
That's right.
That's a real,
Oh, I love that lapette.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, wait a
guy made
second.
famous in Europe because
That's
of
right.
that.
That's right.
He performed at the Moulin Rouge, and he could make music with his anus. And it's interesting. And I'm doing a show sort of like that. I didn't know that there was someone that could make music with his anus. Someone told me, hey, there was some fellow in Germany, in France, that actually did that. He was
we're
just
talking
fantastic.
about passing wind.
You're passing wind
music.
and on.
Well, this is the insect trainer
on
logo.
the stage.
Get
He
close
was
up
just-
a little on this.
He was
for me.
amazing. He would just perform, you know, and
if you
sing
can-
his songs. He sang his songs, and everybody just loved him. And you know, the loud ones don't smell. It's the silent creepers.
Yes.
Wherever you find
Yes.
the silent creeper, the true fart is withheld, and that's the trouble. That's the trouble that get everybody in trouble.
Now, Tim, weren't you saying that he became so popular, Lapette, doing this thing,
That's
that
right.
he subsequently bought the Moulin Rouge?
Yeah, exactly. He did.
How about
It's
that?
Amazing. Yeah, and I hope that I can buy Musso Frank someday. I expect to perform there and do my work there.
Sure.
And but it's a fantastic thing that this has been, you know, it's been reverted to the background so long. The fart. I mean, farting should be only human.
Yeah.
I mean, if the cars can fill up their wind and kill us with their carbon monoxide, we should be able to at least release our own gas.
You know, it's a subject we covered very extensively on the last show.
Oh, we did cover it pretty good. Well,
Absolutely.
I tell you, there's never enough time to cover farting because
No.
Nobody ever covers it. You're the only one.
This is one of the few
I wrote
shows.
this to Geraldo. I said it to, you know, about different people who. It was just a policeman recently that farted in front of his arrestee. And
It's true. True
Yeah.
story.
and Gates suspended him for a whole week and said he violated his oath. And now he's complaining about the assault weapon that's killing his men, but yet not allowing the fart is killing them too, just as fast.
It's just not fair.
And it's an epidemic that's been going on for many years. Salvador Dali said it's better to fart in the crowd than die alone in the corner.
Well said.
And,
you know, we want
you
to talk
know.
a little bit about your films too.
Yes.
Oh yeah, East of Eden.
East
that was
of
an
Eden, wait a
interesting
second.
thing with Jimmy Dean.
That was.
Yeah.
I got a clipping. Now look at
Wonderful
this
guy.
picture. Boy,
Yeah, he
could
came.
you please come in close on this
We
one.
were doing this fight, you know, and everything, and Dean was so. I was bleeding a little bit, you know, and Dean was
Wait,
felt
what
so
was that?
sorry for me.
What was it
I was
again?
played Joe, you know.
Right.
I worked for the mother in the Hua House.
Right.
And he hasn't seen his mother in a long time. When he took one look at her, he left. No,
Yeah.
he came back. And
is in East
he
of
was
Eden.
East of Eden, yeah, we did up in Mendocino. And
Yeah.
Dean was a great guy, you know, he was so he was so real, James Dean. He was so real. I mean, we were doing this fight, and I was bleeding. He was so concerned about it. Usually, you know, they just cover it up. He said, no, get Tim surgery right away. So they amputated one of the fingers. Right? And so, no, he was a hell of a nice guy. I really enjoyed him. And he, you know, we were up there in Mendocino, and we talked about the highways of heaven. He always had his car with him, constantly driving his car.
Well, if you could
And
try,
I did a
close
poem.
up on this, please.
I wrote a little poem,
you
kind of. I said a little poem with him up there. It was a poem, yeah.
There you go.
A poem about the weather and everything. And
Do you happen to
give
remember
to
that
me the
poem?
life I love. Let the love go by me. There's a little trickle of tear coming down from his eye, right? When
Yeah.
I said, yeah.
That's what he said.
Let the love give the jolly heaven above, and the byway nigh me. Bed in the bush, with stars to see. Bread I dip in the river. There's the life for a man like me. There's the life forever. White as meal, the frosty field, warm. Then he ran over me with his car.
I see.
He tried to.
You know, it's kinda hard
he
to look
didn't
at
like
you
the
when you're
poetry. I
standing
found out. I did my best, you know, because he wanted to leave. He always wanted to drive off. Always wanted to drive off. He was
Reminds
a
me
good guy.
of a poem. There was a guy from Nantucket.
Oh, I
No,
was-
that's, we know that.
And then the thing I did with Jim, then I think of Marlon Brando, you know.
Oh,
you
which
know,
one?
Brando.
Now, wait,
well,
so
that
you
was
were
the
the
wild
wild
one.
one.
The wild one.
Now,
Well,
I
let's say
watched-
there's two of them, yeah. The one I did, One-Eye Jacks.
Sure.
I called the
Good
girl
scene
that
in
did my
that one,
dance,
boy.
you know, we did our dance, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the girl that pushed her face in the chili was
That's
a shame,
right.
you know, because
good.
because the husband wanted to kill me. He was
Yeah.
playing the guitar, you know, and he had
I
to clean
understand
off his
that.
wife every time she came out.
Yeah.
I told Brando, I said, we can't continue with this. I mean, she's just she's falling apart. I'm falling apart. Just push. I don't like the chili. I was getting some of the chili.
Yeah, right.
Chili would come up and hit me, and I said, at least get some good chili con carne in here. And we were going to do this. I want to eat some good stuff. And they sent out the Musso Frank, and I got fish eyes. You know, Musso Frank is all
Well,
right.
they should have sent.
Well, we got a lot of bread.
Chasins.
We got a lot of bread.
Yeah.
And Brando was just beautiful.
But you were in the. But
called up my wife.
you were in Lee Marvin's gang in the Wild One.
Oh
right?
yeah, with a beer. With a beer,
yeah.
showing a beer, throwing it up in the air.
Yeah.
Tim, you
Brando.
have a seat. I'm looking at you in the light. It's
yeah.
kind of tough here.
Well,
Wow.
Brando liked it, you know, but he says, look, if you're going to do it, like I said the last time, you got to use good beer.
Well,
So I got
Yes.
some good German beer this
You
time.
told me
There
something
you
about
go.
Richard Widmark. You were going to tell me.
Oh yeah, Richard Whitmark is waiting up in the thing in the last wagon. We were shooting
Last
in Arizona.
Wagon?
The last
Yeah.
wagon. Yeah, he was the star of the show, and he had to jump on one of these fellas, you know. And he played sort of a half man, half Indian. He was out in his mother didn't
They're
like
both
him, you know, and they
men,
let him loose in the wild. And he ended up somewhere in Arizona. We were shooting around Tucson, outside of Tucson. A few coyotes there.
Yeah.
And he jumped on me, you know. I tried to play it like Dina would play it, you know. Ah! Oh, you know, he's just rolling around, and I'm yelling and screaming, you know, which you have to do before you die always. You just don't die, you know, you have to die with a little noise going, you know. It's not internal, it's external. So I was
Sure.
going, ah! And this guy, all of a sudden, he looked down at me, he said, you son of a bitch. S-O-P, S-H-I-T, and everything else. He wanted to stump on me. I couldn't understand it. All I was just doing was acting. I was trying to play.
Yeah.
What are you looking over there? You're looking at somebody. It isn't Rich Whitmark. He didn't come in again, did he? No.
No.
Okay, wait a minute. He came in and he just cursed and he taunted. It
You were a
was
little
just
too
amazing.
realistic. Huh?
Then I said, well, I don't know what it was. But after it was all over, he came over. He said, I'm sorry. He said, look, don't give me your apologies. I don't want it. You dirty son of a gun. You S-H-I-T, you F-O-B. He just kept up again. I mean,
Straight on board.
I couldn't get doing it. So I had the coyote there and he bit him.
Yeah. Good deal.
The coyote was my only friend. Sit down, yeah.
no.
Well, that's what it was
No,
with Richard
that's-
Whitmark. So,
Well, what
but
about
with Brando, it was a little different. He fired me at the very end of the show. It was
Yeah.
kind of interesting. It was on the phone with my wife about an hour.
which show was that?
This is a show, One-Eye Jacks.
Yeah, you fired you.
I couldn't even walk anymore anyway, you know. I
Now,
was
why
all
weren't you-
beaten up.
Speaking of Brando and films and you, what about now? Why weren't you in The Godfather again? They
The
wanted you.
Godfather, yeah. Well, The Godfather, the Coppola wanted me. I wanted to go there, but I couldn't get the suit on. I had a fellow that came over and fitted me in his suit, you know. And
Well, that
it
could
was
be a
always,
problem.
well, he went to the wrong house. It was, I never got the suit, and actually I couldn't go to New York. No, they were trying to find a place for me in New York near where they were shooting. So I wanted a place to Franklin Odel. It was only 3,000 miles away.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It wasn't too long. I didn't want to take a cab there quick. It take a few days. He knew from One-Eye Jacks, you know, that I would show up sometime or another. It didn't matter when. And so anyway, they waited. Coppola tried. He did his best. I got to play a part of Luca Brasi. It was really great. You know. Luca Brasi was a fellow, you know. He went over. at the counter, you know, he puts his hand, they stab him, you know, like that, you know. He looks at the fella, he said, "Una mano lava l'altra mano, fum, ah!" And the blood is all coming out, you know. But they put it, I wasn't even in there. It was someone else that did it. That was Leonard Montana. You know Leonard Montana?
yeah.
Yeah, I need a shot. I need a shot, Tim. I sent him a
yeah.
shot. I gave him the part. That's where they went to.
Yeah, I
They
remember
put the
that.
suit on him.
Yeah.
He got the suit by mistake.
He got the suit,
Oh,
yes.
man.
And they did the part. But then I saw him 3 years later, I mentioned. And I said, "How you doing, Leonard?" He said, "Tim, I need a shot. I need a shot, Tim." I said,
Lots
"A
of
shot?
close-ups on Tim.
I gave you the atom bomb."
Yeah.
I told him.
Yeah.
Didn't do any good. He still he walks up and down Beverly Boulevard looking for a job. No.
So,
He's a great
Like
actor,
Wild Man
but he's a
Fish.
wrestler. He's a wrestler,
so you
really.
know-
Lenny Montana's a wrestler. He
Yeah.
never was an actor. I wanted to do something between LeBon's and
Yeah.
this, I mean, you know, in the Godfather.
In the thing.
And it was
Yeah.
very
In the
good.
thing,
You know,
yeah.
I did it for Coppola. I went up there with Fred Roos,
Yeah.
and I did the scene. You know, I went in, walked in, you know, had my hands in my pocket, and for some reason I couldn't get my hands out of my pocket. Oh, there goes my card. Okay,
Yeah,
that's another. Musso Frank is following me all around this place. Where's my other card? I got another card here that's good. I
Anyways,
want
yeah,
to take
right.
one. I want to take one
Now,
card
don't
out that I
undress.
had.
That's all right. Yeah.
Wait, where's that card? Oh, where is it?
It's there somewhere.
I got it somewhere around. No, it's all right. Don't need it. I don't need it. Anyway, Brando and I were knitting. That's when I started to do my knitting. That's when I get ready for Tweets, Ladies of Pasadena. What happens? Tweets. What happens when a canary is run over by a lawnmower?
I
It
don't
becomes shredded tweet. And these ladies will always follow me. You know, we're skating along Hollywood Boulevard. We're just, we're trying to find homes for discard animals. But the time when I didn't like it, the time when I didn't enjoy it was they made I go out and clothe every naked animal in Pasadena. That's very hard to do, you know. I ran out of
You know,
clothes.
speaking of
I
Twitch
called
Ladies
up
from
Western
Pasadena,
Costumes. tried it
I
out.
believe we have a clip from that ready.
Oh, you do have it.
We'd
Yeah,
like
let's
to
look
take,
at that.
we'd like to
Oh,
take
yeah,
a
that's
look
great.
at that.
I'm the only male member of the knitting club.
Oh,
And
the
these
knitting
ladies
club?
teach me how to knit.
Knit.
Don't drop a stitch.
We're the ladies of Pasadena.
Take it away.
There it is. Okay, that's it. Yeah, Pasadena.
Not
ladies
yet.
of Pasadena. It's just beautiful.
Don't drop a stitch, club.
They're all laying still on Foothill Boulevard now. Oh, how you doing, my boy?
Fine.
What are you doing in that barrel anyway?
I lost my marbles. Or go seek.
Today.
Bye, 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 bye.
La 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 la. Yow! Oh, oh.
Toodaloo.
Aquí nos quedamos.
Here of you. Come on, boy. Woo. There he is. Nothing to be afraid. His name is Ricardo.
I'll take a good care of Ricardo.
Oh, by the way, he loves music.
Bye.
Adios, amigos.
Hasta. Toodaloo.
Toodaloo.
Hallelujah.
They called him Kenny the Knife.
Yeah, how about it? Thank you.
So good.
All right, hey.
Wow, what
You're
was
asking
that?
me now, then come in. Now, come on in. You're asking me about a movie. It's interesting. I promised you I would do it on this one here. And it was called Gone Beaver. And I was going to play the
Gone
part.
Beaver?
Gone Beaver, yeah. Jim McBride was the fella who was going to direct. But they couldn't
It's
get
like one of
Vanessa
your
Redgrave.
songs.
Vanessa
I just saw
Redgrave.
that. Gone Beaver.
Yeah, they couldn't get Vanessa Redgrave, Dino. They just couldn't get it. And
Yeah.
she was making disparaging remarks about her involvement in Vietnam.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
Was
then
doing
they
those,
wanted Jack
commercials.
Nicholson in it, and he didn't want to go to Yellowstone National Park because he preferred Griffin Park better.
Yeah.
And I was there, and I was going to play this character, this sort of like, you know, they call them trappers, and I had a great part there, and I didn't do the role, you know, because they just couldn't get Vanessa Redgrave out of England to come here because she didn't want to do it anyway. She was very hostile, you know. She banged the producer over the head, threw a stone at him all the way from England. Anyway, I played this part. It was kind of an interesting part, I believe. I'll do it with a cigar. So I get to church. Okay, come on in, boys. Get a little close up now, right up my neck, but don't keep my nose in though.
Here we go.
All right. He goes up the medicine. Dry on the show. Can you send me a little lemon juice? He goes up the medicine and cuts back east to while the fowl runs into it. full of the fire hole, up a half a sun, until you come to Clamon's Creek. Old Jim, where's the creek? Let me take a little dip in the water here first. I'm dying here. All right, well, Clamon's Creek. Old Jim Clamon lost his heart to a bunch of rickaries out in old Gray House Band. And then you come to Two Ocean Pass. You see little puffs of smoke rising above the trees. That smell. And my heart's ticking. Is that my heart ticking?
Yeah, that's your heart.
Wait, I got...
Yeah.
That's
It's
a
regular.
clock. That's a clock ticking.
Yeah, that's
I
on
was
the clock, huh?
afraid that. I knew it. See little
Do you have the
puffs
whole,
of smoke
the whole film
rising
memorized?
above the trees. And that smell now is getting strong. He knows what it is. By God, it's brimstone. And that stuff is all around you. And coming up out of the earth and shooting straight up into the arse. There's a mountain of glass, though, and there's a prettified forest with prettified flowers and prettified birds singing prettified songs. And when you've been walking up,
You know, that was great.
Hey, how about it?
Yeah.
All right.
you'd be walking over the bones of 1,000 dead birds that done flew into it without ever knowing it was there.
Okay.
All right.
Well, dip me in horse shit, boys. This here nigger is hotter than a top horse lockman.
Beg your pardon?
Oh.
Tim, is that the whole
Man.
movie? Was that your spot?
Oh, how about it? Come on.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow.
How about it? How about it?
Was that movie released?
Cream goes up,
Or
huh?
was that movie released?
Never released. Just my scene was released.
So that's it.
Left
We've
that.
got to see the scene from an unreleased
You didn't
movie
see
just
an
now.
unreleased movie,
Man,
that's
that's
right.
so great.
Wow.
We have got a leg up on everybody in the
I
world.
am here to tell you.
That's
Yeah.
really
You know, that
cool.
reminds me of the time that Blowfly was in Miami.
Oh, wait.
And he was dancing. No, he's at a discotheque dancing with this really good looking girl.
Yeah.
And then about halfway through the dance, he realized it was his sister.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing?
Didn't know it.
Good
Didn't know it
story.
was his sister.
So Tim, we got a picture of you here picketing the Plitt theaters in
That's right.
Century
I was doing it
City.
because I didn't want to show the world's greatest sinner.
Now, the world's greatest
so
sinner.
I marched up and down.
Excuse me.
farting
The world's
in front of the theater.
the world's greatest sinner was your movie.
It was my
Maybe
well,
the
that was a
greatest
great
rock and
story.
roll
Yes,
movie
it was
ever
a-
made.
Yeah.
Well, that's right. Elvis Presley liked it too. He asked me about it. He said, "Where can I
Well,
see that
excuse me.
show?"
When did you see Elvis Presley?
Well, Elvis, we did a show, Change of Habit. It was the last
Change of
movie.
Habit.
Change
two?
of Habit. He came over to me like this. I was on a set, you know. It was
Yeah.
sort of heavy.
What did you play on
I
that?
was a seedy proprietor in a ghetto in Puerto Rico. Supposed to be not Puerto Rico, but a Puerto Rican section, let's
Right.
say, like in New
Mary
York.
Tyler
Yeah.
Moore and
And he
Elvis
came
and-
down, you know, and he came over to me. He says, "Aren't you Timothy K? Just let me show you the way he did it." You know, he just walked like that, you know, just quick.
Yeah.
You know, he just
Walked
did a quick
like-
walk. He said, "Aren't you Timothy Carey?" He said, "Didn't you do the world's greatest sinner?" I said, "I certainly did." Elvis. He says, "I heard a lot about that. When can I see that? When can I see that show?" I said, "Well," he said, "Well, what is it about?" He said, "I wear a lot of costumes, you know. I get up there and harangue the crowd, you know. First,
Yeah.
I stand on the corner, you know, trying to get. You can always get someone on the corner, any corner. You go up to this corner here,
Yeah, right.
here on Times Square. This is New York, isn't it?
Right.
And you go out. You can get anybody you want. And they'll come up to you, and you know, you get followers any place. I said, "I get followers." Then he gets so carried away that he becomes a god. He wears
You're
God on his
synopsizing
sleeve.
the movie right now.
So now, well, my wife doesn't believe it. She wants to go back to the chop suey joint and wants to cook a little pigtails and peanuts.
Yeah. Right.
But I said, no, I don't want to do that. I want to stay around here. So she gives me
So
a jacket.
Elvis- so Elvis
she
said
finally,
what?
No, she finally, well, Elvis is listening to this story because he
Yeah.
hadn't seen it yet. You know, I didn't have a 16 millimeter print, I only had a 35 millimeter print. So he was there. He tripped and he bent his ankle a little bit, so he had to stay. There was no question about it. They couldn't move him. Well, his bones, you know, they didn't want to keep him out of place.
Right.
So he was watching me, and I told him, I said, here's a fellow called God. Now, his wife, you know, wants him to go back to the true God.
Yeah.
You know, that's the Democratic Party,
Big
but they're out of business
Big
now.
guy, yeah.
Anyway, so I got the God written on my shoulder, and
Yeah,
so
that's just- it's the cuff, yeah.
the little daughter comes over, and she gives me
Is this a daughter in the
little
movie, or
Bible,
is this
my
Elvis's
daughter
daughter?
in the show,
Oh,
you
your
know,
daughter in
and
the movie.
she says, "Daddy, here's the book, you know.
Yeah.
It says, you know, the Bible."
Yeah.
Last century, you know, you had different Bibles, different
Yeah, right,
century.
right.
I asked her, "What Bible is this you're talking about?" So this is the recent Bible. This is in Khomeini's Bible.
we don't want that.
We
You got 3 minutes, just take your time, Tim.
We can't have that. Although they got some great shish kebab over there.
You know, one of
anyway,
the-
so now
ask
I
you a
went and
question.
I looked at it and I said, okay, I got to find out. I got to find out from the river. So I said, I went down on my knees, you know. I said, Lord, Lord,
Yeah.
can you hear me up there? It's me, the world's greatest sinner. I'm showing you my Bible. Is this for real? And then just then there was a sign, you know. And I picked it up, I looked at it, and I turned the page. It said, go to the church and find out for yourself. Well, you know, that's the way it is. So I did.
Wow.
I got up from walked over to the church
And what did Elvis
open
say?
up the door. Well, Elvis Presley's on his back now. They're taking care of his
No, well, we only got about
They're
2
giving him
minutes left in
anesthesia.
here.
And I go in, and it's just, people are just filed out. You know, the mass is open. I wait, and then I run up after everybody's gone, and I open up the tabernacle, and I reach in, and I take out something. You don't know what it is, and I put it in a handkerchief, and I leave and go back to my place. And then shows me opening up, opening a handkerchief, you know, and finally I come up with a pin in my hand and the wafer, and I said, now, show me if you are really a God. And I hold it up, and I look at it like that, and I hit my ear, and I started to bleed. And Elvis said, hold it.
Okay.
I'm just bleeding at the ear,
Tim,
and he's bleeding at the ankle. You know, we're both in kind of a intensive care ward, but it's okay. It's okay. I got wait now. They're waiting for the needle to get out of my ear, and I sent for another needle. Now, so he finally got the needle. I got the turnkey around my neck, and I take the wafer. I'm doing it again. Yeah, they got a different wafer.
Again.
And I hold it up. And I went, hold on. If you are really a God, show me. This time I want to watch the ear, you know, I duck back.
This
you know,
time you
just
did
in
it
case.
right, yeah.
All right.
Wow.
My finger's taking a beating. I'm
Man,
jabbing
that's
all the
great.
time.
You know, Tim,
Anyway, I drop it and I leave. And I laugh. And as I'm leaving, we come back to the host.
No, we
Nobody's
can't.
in the
We don't
room.
have time. I'm the
And
host.
the host-
It's coming back to me.
And those
I'm
was-
the host. Yeah. You know,
And I'm walking in with my disciples.
well,
I
I'm
got a few
walking
guys
out.
on the chop
We gotta
suey joint.
leave because we're
And
going
all
to
of
show a
sudden-
scene now.
All of a sudden,
from,
this liquid starts
thing.
flowing.
What about
flowing.
this insect
Boom,
trainer?
boom.
What
This
about
is
this
Frank
insect
Zappa
trainer?
Frank, with
Yeah,
his
I know
music.
him.
Frank, come
What
on
about
back.
this
Leon, can I
insect
give me the
trainer?
music? Feel the music is going. And the music, the blood is going.
scene
And I
you did
open up the
from
door,
the
and there's the blood. Hit me. I felt like Moses, all the blood. I'm trying to plot the sea. It's bleeding all over the place. We shot up in Pasadena. Everything is on flow. There's just hundreds of gallons of blood. And I rush in, open up the door. My Lord and my God! And I fall down on the bed and I go to sleep.
That's it. That's it.
All
That's
right.
good. Yeah, all
Hey,
right.
looking
Listen,
good.
we're going to show a scene right now
So
from the
prove to
insect
me that
trainer.
there is another
We're
God.
showing a scene from the
insect
insect trainer, which is a thing Tim just wrote.
Yes.
And it's a scene featuring yourself and Paul Bodie.
Yeah, very good.
And who
Let's
else
do
is
that.
in it? Who-
Paul Bodie and
Presley?
and my son,
Son Romeo?
the one that shot it, Romeo
shot-
Carey.
Romeo Carey shot
In
it.
jail, I'm in there because of indecent noise. I farted inside of a chop suey joint.
Yeah, I know
I
how
did
it
a
is.
double barrel fart on the lady.
Yeah.
And she
Fell
accidentally hit
down.
the head.
Yeah.
It was simple assault, and they turned it
Okay.
into homicide. Now
All
I got to
right, let's
represent
cut to
myself.
Let's cut to that scene right now.
So we're gonna go.
Let's take a
Go
look
right
at it
now.
and say goodnight.
All right,
Bye-bye.
let's go. All right.
Yeah.
Onwards.
All right.
Act done. Act done.
Yes.
So good.
Oh, this is the insect trade. Now we can all
Yeah.
fart together.
We
A
didn't
one,
even-
a two, and a three.
I
Let's all
can't do
fart
it.
together.
I didn't have to.
Hey, man, for Christ's sakes, knock it off. You've been passing gas ever since you've been in here.
Farting is a sacred right. I'm passing human gas for good health.
What about ours? What about ours? What a stench. Hey, turnkey, turnkey, get this bona fide pig out of here. Pig.
Human. It's not by its sound that the fart shocks us. If it produced only harmonious extemporations, far from offending us, it would give us pleasure, but is always followed by an unfortunate odor, which is its very essence, and which is repugnant to our sense of smell. That is where it is guilty. It even strikes us without warning, attacks us on the sly, often preceded by a muffled sound, and followed by shameful satellites. It never leaves any doubt to the bad company it keeps. A rebuttal to the opponents of the thought, heretofore mentioned by a supporter, to believe that the thought is such a criminal and guilty of such boorishness is to have a very incomplete understanding of it. The true or clear thought has no smell at all, or at least so little that it lacks the power to move through the space dividing the opening from whence it emanates and the noses of the people present. 2, the thick bricklayer's thought. 3, the silent creeper. And here we discover the false premise which the enemies of the thought proceed, but it's easy to confound them by showing them that the true thought is entirely different